Welcome to our new space. We're all excited about this. We started getting together again about a year ago, and we were down in Lyndhurst at the Hermetic Healing Center, which is a beautiful space. But because they got busier and we got busier, we needed the space more often. We needed to find a new space, and we're so happy with this space. It's gorgeous. There's also a larger room next door, so that we now have the ability to have our annual fairs like we used to, when we have vendors and psychics. So this is we're really excited about this. So thanks for being here. Anybody here for the first time? Oh my goodness, thank you. Helen, I missed that. Anyway, welcome. Please tell your friends about this, all right? A lot of people don't know that we're here yet, even though we have a mailing list of a few thousand people and we send it out. Please tell your friends about it, because we know that Ridgewood is a much more desired area from the people that we have had in the past 20, 30, 40 years, all right? So thanks again. So just an introduction, I'm Bill Principali, the president of the board. Charlie Labello is our vice president. All right, we have Jackie Smith, our treasurer, who's collecting the money, and Jennifer Hamill is our secretary, who's not able to be here tonight. And also we have President Emeritus, of course, Harriet Kufko-Wagner. All right, she's the president for 12 years, and she comes religiously to our board meetings and helps to guide us as we have a new board. So she's been a delight. Same thing with Helen Van Slyke, the past treasurer, and she's been helping Jackie. So we have a lot of support, and we do have a list of volunteers of people that help us with various items, and we're going to need a little bit more help, because now that we're here, we want to have, for example, a vendor fair. All right, we'd like to think about having one in December, where we would have folks coming in with all of their wares of metaphysical items to be sold. So we're thinking of having that, one afternoon. And we're also thinking of having some workshops. People want to do workshops on a Sunday afternoon. So there's a lot of activity that people are coming to us that want to have, but we need more hands, okay? So if you could just volunteer just for 1 or 2 events, all right? It's not a big commitment, for example. If we have an event on a Sunday afternoon and you can help, just coordinate something. So just send me, my business card's on there. Just send me an email saying you'd like to be on the volunteer list. And what I'll do is I'll put out a list of all the things we need. If there's something there that you can do, just give me a call, all right? A couple of events that we have, and it's all listed on the website. The website is metaphysicalcenter.org, all right? And I'll try to remember what we have coming up, all right? This is our first lecture of the season. We're already booked out up till February next year. We have wonderful speakers, so take a look at that. We also have the schools, the 13th semester program has been reinvigorated. All right, this started back in the 70s, took a break during COVID, and now it's back again. Charlie Labello is leading them both. We have Metaphysics 1 happening at Midland Park, starting in about a week. That's on Wednesday nights. I think it's Wednesday the 28th or something.
The last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday of the month.
Yeah.
And that's Metaphysics 1. He's also teaching Metaphysics 2 at the Mystical Center, and that's on Mondays, a couple days before that. So if you're interested in either one or both, and correct me if I'm wrong, Charlie, but if people can only take Metaphysics 2, it's okay to start there.
You can start any semester.
Yeah.
5 different faculties.
Yeah, and the other thing you can do, by the way, is if you want to catch up on Metaphysics 1, we have recordings of all of those sessions. All right, so you can just purchase that online, and we'll send all of the recordings to you, and Charlie will send you the notes so you can catch up quickly. All right? Okay, what else do we need to tell everybody? Any questions? Who we are, what we're doing?
How about the lineup,
For
October?
October, we have Micah Nelson. He's giving a presentation on something I cannot explain very well because it's so esoteric. I mean, he's talking about 5-dimensional work. I mean, take a look. It's in the it's on the website. It's a Saturday night lecture, and it's followed by a Sunday workshop. All right, that's going to be very powerful. So we encourage you to take a look at that. Let's see. In December, we have John Mundy, who's going to do something, for the holiday. January, we have Patricia Parente, who's going to do something on the Violent Flame. Yeah. So that's very cool. So
November,
Nancy Smith is in November. So it's a lot of great stuff. So take a look at the website. All right. We also have meditation circles regularly. They're on the website again. Charlie also does a full moon meditation. Charlie also leads a book club and a study group on all metaphysical subjects. The last one was on, was it selling?
That one's on Tuesdays.
And what was the subject?
Oh, we're doing the Paul Selling.
Paul Selling, yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so bottom line, there's a lot going on, okay? So we're happy that you're here. We're excited about this new space, and we'd love for you to participate in any small way that you would like to, all right? So what we'll do now, some logistics. There's a restroom here, right outside this door. There's only one. But then if you go down further and stairs and follow the signs, and you know, it's a little bit of a maze to get down there, but there are about 3 or 4 more. So when we take a break, you know, go find those. All right, so we're going to do a quick meditation. Then I'll introduce a great speaker for tonight. We'll go about an hour, so we'll take a break. There's water and tea and some goodies in the kitchen. We just ask that if you could, we didn't bring paper cups this time. We'll do that next time. So if you would, whatever you use, if you just rinse out so that we don't have to clean them all at the end of the night. I would appreciate that. And that's it for logistics, I think, right? So obviously turn off your cell phones if you have one so that we're not interrupted. A good reminder. And we will begin with a short meditation by Charlie.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
It's on? Okay. All right. We'll do a short meditation, have some blessings in it. Anybody who knows me has heard the meditation before. Is that better? Okay. Is that all right now? Okay. All right, if everybody could get in a comfortable position. If your feet are flat on the floor, that helps ground you to the earth. If your back is straight, that helps with the energy flow. And we'll begin. Let's relax our minds and our bodies. Breathing deeply and gently. Take long, slow, deep breaths. Breathing in, we breathe in peace and serenity and oneness. And breathing out, we exhale any tension or negativity that we may have in our bodies. And just send it down, deep into the earth to be neutralized by Mother Earth. Breathing in peace and breathing out tension. Do that 3 more times on your own. Divine Father, Divine Mother, we thank you for your many, many great blessings. To the holy saints, holy masters, holy gurus, we thank you for your guidance, your protection, your love, and your oneness. And we ask you now to please help us with our blessings. First, we'd like to ask for special blessings for all the spiritual organizations. May the Metaphysical Center of New Jersey, the Unitarian Society, Mystical World, Theosophical Society, all the spiritual organizations, we ask that they be blessed with love, light, peace, prosperity, and oneness, so that they may continue to help spread light in the world. We also like to ask, may all of our homes be blessed, our families, our extended families, families, and anyone who may be sick or suffering in our families. We ask that they be blessed with love, light, peace, healing, and oneness. We ask that all our workplaces be blessed. May our workplaces be blessed with love, peace, honor, and oneness. We also like to send special blessings to anywhere in the world where there may be fighting going on, especially Eastern Europe or the Middle East. May those places be filled with pure golden white light of peace and love and serenity and oneness. And finally, we'd like to ask that Mother Earth be blessed. May the earth be blessed with clean air, clean water, good health, happiness, and a higher consciousness of the Aquarian age. And anyone who is suffering or feels alone in the world, may they know that they are not alone, and that there are people they are willing to help. All they need to do is ask. We ask all this with thanks and in full faith. So be it. So be it. So be it. With gratitude, respect, and love, we thank you. And when you're ready, slowly bring your consciousness back to the room.
Thank you, Charlie. While we're in this space, folks, I just want to notify you that a past president and dear friend of the Center, Gloria Mirabella, passed away recently. All right, some of you might know it. We did put it on our website. We have at the desk a basket of rocks that she has picked up along the way in many of her sacred journeys that were very special to her. They had some sort of special meaning. We're offering them to you at no cost. All right, so just feel free to pick one that resonates with you. All right, pick up a flyer as well, and perhaps just send her a prayer. All right, that's right at the desk there. Also, I want to acknowledge two people that have been amazing volunteers, and I am sometimes remiss in calling them out. So I want to call out Marie. Where is Marie? Please give her a big hand. Marie has every session that we have here. She brings all of the goodies that you'll find in the kitchen. A lot of it is baked fresh, and again, it's all volunteer. So thank you, Marie.
God bless. It's okay.
And another gentleman that I am sometimes remiss in acknowledging is Al Leon, our wonderful technologist, videography, metaphysician. Come on, Al. Give him a hand. And he's got a wonderful YouTube channel called The Bridge of Truth. I highly recommend you check it out. Okay, so let's get started with, our guest tonight is Mr. Gary McCabe. And Gary embarked on his journey of cross-cultural human development and healing in 1975. During his college years, he collaborated with anthropologist Dr. Pillai in field studies spanning India, Europe, and America. His exploration extended to realms in Taijiquan, Qigong, and healing, where he trained under accomplished teachers and earned certifications in Qigong, applied Qigong therapy, and massage therapy. He furthered his education through personal mentorship with masters of yoga, meditation, indigenous healing, and internal martial arts. I am delighted to present to you Gary McCabe.
Welcome, everyone.
ready to do some interactive, experience, have some interactive experiences. Oops. How's that? Okay. Volume? Is that too loud? Thank you. All right, so first of all, I'm really appreciative of my mother, who was one of the founders. She studied with Donald Yacht, the founder of this organization, right? And some of her friends are here, right? So, she'll be 96 very soon, yeah. So, very, very fortunate. Okay. So, Qigong, what is it? There's so many different kinds of Qigong. The word itself means Qi, means life force, and Gong means a way to develop that life force. And it not only means life force, but awareness and life force are inextricably connected, right? So if you change your energy, you change your awareness. So Qigong is kind of a modern word, 1950s or so. It was used before that. It was called Dao Yin, Neigong. There are all these different words and different subtle meanings and some very obvious differences. But I won't get into all that. There are hundreds and hundreds of different styles of Qigong. But tonight, what I would like to do for you is give you a kind of a key to learning these arts and a way to delve into the energetic basis of all of them. So we want to get into the vital energy, the astral, which would be called Qi, and the mental energies, and the causal realm, and beyond that to the spiritual light. And what I'm giving you is mostly from one person, Mark Rasmus, who's kind of studied a lot of Hermetics, and he combined that understanding with Qigong. And I find it very effective and very direct. And there's some other techniques I want to give you, and they're interactive. So it's partner work. If you don't want to do it, that's fine, but if you do, you'll get a lot more benefit. So I'd like to share with you a really accelerated way to feel these energies and have these experiences and understand these different levels. This is based on over 40 years of my research and experience. So I really want to give you something that is useful, okay? So first of all, there's many, many principles in Qigong, but one of the first ones is that energy flows where your attention goes. So energy flows where your attention goes, okay? So, and there's another principle that whatever you focus on, you magnify. So those two principles are big, right? You buy a certain car, right? And suddenly you see that car all over the road, right? That's a common experience. So what I'd like to give you an experience directly of how this energy works. So if you could just put your hands on your lap perhaps and focus all your attention on your left hand. Feel your left hand as deeply as you can, as if it's the most interesting thing in the universe, your left hand, okay? That's your entire world. Feel the pulsation of the blood, feel the weight of it, the difference between the palm and the back, where your nails connect to the skin. Really dive into your experience of your left hand. Can you feel the bones? Can you feel each finger individually? right, now notice, how does your left hand feel compared to your right hand? And I like this to be a very interactive experience, so just say what you feel. Like, just feel free to call out, like, tell me what your experience is. How does,
Heavier.
heavier, yes, pulsing,
Warmer.
warmer, tingling perhaps, right? Things like that. So what just happened? All you did was put your mind on it, right? Just your attention. So isn't that interesting? Right? Now what possible use could that have in your life if you think about it? Healing, exactly. And also, you're not thinking about other things, you know, ruminating or anything like that. You're just focused on that. So that's a very powerful thing that's used in Qigong very extensively. How to master your focus and your energy. And there's some really important guidelines. One of them is not to try too much. Because if you try too much, it kind of shuts it off. You know, you become tense. So one of the keys is, how do you learn to have intention without tension? How do you learn to have attention and not tense intention? So the difference between a flashlight that's broad and one that's laser, like, so it's the balance between the two. Learning that is part of Qigong as well. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. And in life as well, that can have a tremendous impact on your well-being, just understanding that. Because if I say, okay, focus on an object in the room somewhere, if you would, please, and just focus on an object, and when you focus on it, notice you're concentrating, but notice your forehead. Do you have tension between your eyebrows? Right? So often we do that. We add tension. So learning to look at something or focus on something without that tension, that takes practice, and that takes relearning, perhaps. And that's part of Qigong as well. All right, so I would like to show you something kind of strange. The power of your mind to affect your body, and in a visual way, so you can really see this. So there's a line on the bottom of your wrist, and if you line up both of them, and put your hands together, and notice which hand is bigger, like the fingers of which hand are bigger. And notice exactly how much more they are, and make sure you get it right. Most people have one hand that's a little bit bigger, right? Okay, the hand that is smaller, keep that up. Put the longer one down. So this is the shorter one you have up, right? All right, if you want to try this, imagine the fingers of this hand are growing up to the ceiling. And you're relaxing, but stretching, growing, visualize, feel, sense that it's growing up to the ceiling, touching the ceiling. And your fingers are growing beyond the ceiling, all the way out to the top of the roof. And now you feel the night air, and it's a little cool, and your fingertips are feeling up there. And then they keep growing, higher and higher, up to the clouds. Relax your hand, keep growing and growing. Feel it, sense it. Okay, remeasure. What did you find? It grew. For some people, maybe some people didn't, but isn't that interesting? Now, for those, maybe if it didn't work for you, let's try this. Put them and keep them together and look right at them. And look at the one that's longer. And keep your hands here. And just say to yourself, to that hand, shorter, 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 shrinking, 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 shorter, shorter, shrinking, 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 shorter, shorter, shorter. I'll shake out your head. So that's the power of your mind, right? How powerful is that? So that's something you could use at your next party. What does that do for you? Does that wakes you up? Yeah. It's like the power is real, right? Yeah. So, all right. Another principle that we use a lot in Qigong is how deeply can you feel the inside of your body? So we call it interoception, right? Interoception, perception inside. Many traditions, many meditative traditions, yoga, Tibetan Buddhist, all kinds, all over the world, focus on different centers, chakras, energy centers, etc. One of the things they have in common is feeling the body deeply. So when I say feeling the body inside, if you think back to when you were a child, how acutely did you sense everything? Your senses were so alive, right? So you really felt things. But as we get older, we tend to, have you noticed there's a little bit of a numbing sensitive process? You don't feel as much, Like if I say, can you feel your third toe right now? It's like, maybe if I look at it and wiggle it a little bit. So, there's a process that changes over time, but we can regain some of that. And that, when you feel deeply inside your body, it changes things. Just like when you focus on your hand or when you grew it. When you put your attention inside your body, you start to shift things. Because the mind and body are not really separate, right? They're deeply connected and probably really one thing. But as you focus, if you would just focus on your body for a moment, just feel your feet, feel your lower legs, just notice how deeply can you feel your knees, your thighs, just feel it inside. Your hips, your belly, your lower back, your torso, your chest, your upper back, your shoulders, arms, hands, your neck, your head. See if you can feel your whole body all at once. And see if you can maintain awareness of your body. So this awareness can go deeper and deeper and deeper. But what's required is this calm awareness that has less thought. When you focus on your body, do you notice you have less thought? It slows down your mind a bit, right? And that can be taken to a very deep level. But to assist you in this, I want to show you how to activate your energy channels called meridians in Chinese medicine. So for this part, if I could have you stand up for a moment, if you want to, you don't have to. And then if you put your arm out, palm up, and you brush from your shoulder to your fingertips, you're actually activating 3 energy channels: the heart meridian, the pericardium meridian, and the lung meridian on this side. 9 times is what we usually do on the same arm. And when you're done with that, turn that same arm over and brush up. And now you have the large intestine channel, it's something called triple warmer, and the small intestine. So just by doing this with loving attention, you're sending a message to your cells, but you're also activating your meridians, 6 meridians. Now if you now relax and notice for a moment, how does that arm feel compared to the other arm? Feel the difference? Longer, different, right? Energized, right? Yeah. Maybe some people feel lighter, some people feel heavier. So everybody has a different experience, but the energy is activated. So now we do the other side. So palm up and brush down. This, by the way, is the yin side of the body, and the back is the yang. So 9 times. And then when you're ready, turn over and brush up. And this simple meridian tune-up, you might say, can be not only affect you physically, but also mentally and emotionally. So now relax and notice how both arms feel, and how do your shoulders feel?
Relaxed.
Right? Interesting. Now the legs, I don't know if you feel comfortable doing the legs with the chairs in front, but I'll just show you in case you want to know. It's the side and back of your legs down, and then the inner legs up. Which you could do this sitting if you like. Side and back down, and the inner up. Give yourself a moment to feel. Now, a very interesting point is in line with your belly button on the spine, on both sides of that point. If you rub that vigorously, that will warm your body up. Anybody cold? Want me to show you how it warms you up? May I touch this area? Is it okay? Okay, not much. What do you feel? Relaxed and warmer, yeah. You're welcome. Hot. What cools you? Put your fingers like this. This is called sword hand. And point to the floor. This is for if you're hot. If you're cold, don't do that. And then just focus on, like beams going down. And you'll feel cooling after a while. You're changing, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, yin, yang, everything has a polarity, everything has a connection. One becomes the other. There's this yin and yang concept. It's big in, of course, Chinese medicine and Qigong. And basically, the front of the body is more yin, the back is more yang. A lot of animals have a soft belly, right? And they have maybe fur on the back or even a shell. So the front is more sensitive in general. So this is the yin, that's the yang. So, and then it goes deeper and deeper. So each organ has a yin-yang pairing, each meridian has a yin-yang, etc., etc. So, but I don't want to get too much just into theory. I want to give you practical techniques, okay? Because this way you can really use it in your life, I think. Okay, so now I want to switch to the topic of fascia. The fascia is connective tissue, right? From head to toe. Wraps around everything, through everything, right? All the organs, the muscles, bones, everything has fascia, even the brain, all the organs have fascia. It's like a web, a network, right? It's almost like spider webs, something, maybe something more pleasant than that, you might think. But it's 7 years ago, they found out that the fascia has liquid inside of it. They never knew that because they didn't have the technology to see inside of a living body. But then they discovered there's this web that connects everything, and it's got liquid inside of it. And now they're saying that it's a sensory organ, and it receives information much more quickly than the nervous system. So they think now that it's, and this is all new research, that it's like affecting like our ability to know where we are in space, which is called proprioception, right? Where our joints in space, proprioception. So it tells us a lot of information. But years ago, they just took that out, discarded it sometimes, and they didn't see any importance to it. However, more and more people think that perhaps this network has a lot to do with the energy flow in the body, that it conducts energy. And it could explain the whole meridian system, or at least one level of it, called the sinew meridians, or the sinew channels, really. So this system that goes throughout the body, many of the Tai Chi and different martial arts and things like called internal martial arts, they have some amazing abilities to do things, but it doesn't look like they're using any effort. And it's like, well, how can they get this power, this ability, when they're very relaxed? And they would say, well, we don't lift weights for this power, we train the fascia. And it's very interesting to train the fascia because you feel different. There's a concept called tensegrity. It's like a drop of water has a certain surface tension that keeps it in a shape, right? This kind of idea that so the body, if we're mostly liquid, we're not just bones resting on bones, but the liquid that's filling can be accessed to let that distribute your weight into your fascia. Does that make any sense? So, in other words, we're not just weighed down by our bones. We can be filled in with energy and this liquid. There's a way to access it. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to try to do that. So, let me see. Okay. One of the ways to do it is take one arm and stretch it out. And if you focus on the joint, imagine there's a bubble inside your joint, like you're creating space in your joint, right? Or you're pumping it up with some kind of gel in your shoulder. And then you create space inside your elbow. And there's 8 bones in the wrist, create space in between all the bones and between the knuckles. Okay, just doing that. Relax that arm. And how does that arm feel compared to the other arm? Right? So we sent the chi into the joints. So the idea that the joints wear out, and that's the only thing that they do, is not the way the Taoists would look at it, is that you can fill them with energy and help them, right? So let's do it with the other arm. So imagine you're filling the joint with bubbles, or whatever works for you, some kind of gel. Use your creative imagination. Your elbows, your elbow, fill it up. Your wrist, the 8 bones, your knuckles. And now relax. There's another level we can also play with, is imagine your arm is like shooting out water like a fire hose and moving and with that idea that your water, or like your fingertips are flashlights, and moving in different directions, extending all around. and then relax. And you'll feel that effect, right? And then the same with the other arm. Do the same with the other arm, all the way around. So working with the fascia, the joints help control the opening of the fascia, right? And you notice how different it feels, right? Isn't that kind of amazing? You know, very different from just going to physical therapy and doing exercises, right? Very different. And so now there's kind of a shortcut to learning how to feel the fascia that I want to give you. But so for this, it would be best if we stand up and maybe have a partner. So we might need to move the chairs. Or not, it's fine. Okay, so do you want me to work with you? Can I demonstrate on you? Okay, is that all right? Okay. So what I'd like to help you feel is the fascia, right? So how do you feel it? If I just go like this, I'm sliding my hand on your skin, that's not feeling the fascia. If I grab too tight, that's feeling the muscle and bone, that doesn't work. But if I hold the skin so that I stretch it, right, one way or the other, I don't move the hand, I keep it in place, but I stretch a little bit. Now I'm working on your fascia. Yeah, see what I'm doing? I'm not sliding, I'm holding. So try that. You can even do it to yourself if you wanted to. Like this. But try that. You'll feel it, that it's a layer, right? Isn't that interesting? So don't slide over the skin, keep in the same spot, but you're stretching the skin and kind of bunching it up. Stretch it and bunch it up. And that's the fascial level. If it's too tight, it's the muscle level. You don't want the muscle level. You got it? Any questions? You got it? Yeah, can I show you? So if I go like that, slide. So this is the fascia. See? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So everybody got it? Yeah. So don't. Can I show you? So don't see. I don't slide on the skin. I keep the skin, but now I'm stretching. You feel that underneath, right? Yeah. Okay, now here's the interesting thing. Your ability to focus on your body. Remember what I told you about that? So now can I focus on different joints of your body? Is it all right? Okay, I'm going to focus on your right shoulder. And I'm going to imagine that there's a ribbon from my hand to your right shoulder. And we're gently going to pull it and push it. Pull it and push it. You feel it? Then I'm going to put my mind into your right shoulder blade and your left shoulder. Right? And your left shoulder blade.
She's got her arm up.
I'm putting my mind in your right hip joint and your left hip joint. Right? And your right knee and your left knee. Your right ankle and your left ankle. And relax. And then I'm going to do that on the other side if that's okay with you. So I won't say it, I'll just do it. So 1. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is feel inside your whole body and focus on your fascia and breathe into it. Feel like you're sending energy into it. And you'll feel it more than you've ever felt it in your life. You'll feel like you're filling up with something, right? Isn't that amazing? So thank you. That's a real shortcut. So did you see what I did?
Does it have,
Yeah.
with the physical touch, to be able to use the mind, you need to touch
There's different levels, so you can, so this is, to do it without touching requires a lot more, ability to control your energy and stuff, but you can. But this is a really good way to get into that. And, can I try something on you? Since you're a big guy, so don't let me pull you. Don't let me pull you, right? All right. See? So I didn't use muscle. I used your fascia. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, there you go. So, so that could be used for many things. For healing, though, too. For healing, that's what we're focused on. I just want to show you. I had a feeling. Because I'm used to doing this, my mind, because I'm used to doing it, so my mind goes there, but, so if I use, so that's the next level. So, let's do this level first. I think so. I think that, it has a lot to do with your. So, does fibromyalgia have a lot to do with your fascia? Right? Yeah. Yes, I would say. I'm not a doctor, but I would say yes. Because the fascia goes through everything, right? And it wraps around everything, in between everything. So, can I do this a little bit on you? So, did you all do it on each other? Did you have any questions? Yes. Like this. Just do it to yourself. Try that. So, I'm going to focus on where you have pain. Relax. Sending energy to your left shoulder. You feel it? Yeah. So, after you've done that, right, on both arms to one person, then the important thing is to tell them to stand there and breathe into their fascia. Feel like your fascia and your whole body is like a dry sponge dropped into warm water, and breathe and let that fill up with energy. So that's an important step. All right, do that, please. And then you'll really feel something interesting. Interesting? Do you feel energy like you've never felt in a different way? Right? So, now that you've felt something like that, now just do this. Breathe in and lift your hands up. And breathe out and drop. Breathe in. Float your hands. Breathe out, sink. Breathe in and float. Breathe out and sink. And does that feel a lot different than it normally would? Because now you're recruiting this other system, right, that you didn't know you could activate. So this was kept secret, what I'm sharing with you, this kind of stuff. Okay, so you can have a seat for a sec. Now, I know you said there's a certain schedule if you want to. Looks like it's an hour already. Can we keep going? Yeah, okay, a little bit more. Okay? So the vital level, right, which has to do with the fascia, which also has to do with nature, connecting with nature. So if you do this first, and then you go out by a tree and you connect with the energy of the tree, you'll start to feel that much more powerful. Of course, there's certain things I can show you to really connect even more. But right now, we're here, so I want to show you something else. So when you feel that, now just feel your whole body. Just take a moment and feel. As you sense into your body, put your mind in your whole body. With that calm awareness. Do you notice you're able to go a little deeper? Do you feel like you can feel something else? So with practice, you will notice a very big difference from doing this stuff with a partner. And then, the stretching with the joints. Another interesting thing is, so to go to the next level, I just want to give you this before we do the break. The next level is from the vital energy to the astral energy, which is the emotional field, right? The emotional energy. So, and that's the vital is the etheric, which is closer to your body. The astral is a little further, right? 1 to 2 feet. So to get to that level, so that requires, if you could stand up again. So here's the thing that I wish I knew 40 years ago. So when you breathe in, open your arms, and you breathe out and close. Now do this in a way that is very comfortable. So you're not straining, you're not following me, you're following you. What works for you? What's comfortable? Breathing in and breathing out. So my hands are moving as if my lungs are making them move, right? Okay, that's the normal way to do it. Now, to go to the astral level, all you need to do is breathe in and pause for a second, and breathe out and pause for a second. Very briefly. So breathing in and pausing, and breathing out and pausing. Keep doing that in a way that is extremely comfortable, pleasant, easy. And you'll notice your muscles start to relax and soften. Your mind starts to calm. And this enables you to go beyond space. No, beyond time, sorry. Beyond time. You start to lose track of time. Because now you're in a different realm. And if you just play with your hands, like feel the energy between your hands, you'll notice something we call hands in honey feeling, like energy, more palpable, much more palpable, right? When you do this. So the key is this. Breathe in and pause, breathe out and pause. Your muscles will soften, your mind will calm, your emotions will get more balanced. And then this is the energy of doing Tai Chi when you're in this energy field. So that's one of the keys to really calming down and softening the body. Did you feel it? And okay, you can sit down for a second. I want to share with you. Yeah.
When you're doing that, are you picturing or trying to activate the vital force before the pause, and then when you go to the pause, you're trying to activate the active field? No. Okay.
You're just doing it and relaxing, and you're not trying to think of anything. You just breathe in and pause, breathe out and pause, and it happens by itself. That's all you need to do.
And then you sort of
You melt.
that. You understand it's the astral field. You understand might be
So-
a bad word, but
So then,
vibe with it.
so what you can do with it, you can, I was going to show you something. So with a partner, right, if you stood up, and so if I go to that level, you know, and then you're already moving, right? Feel like, so we can transmit, we resonate each other, right? So now if I wanted to use that for healing, what's a emotion that you want to feel, or a thought? Calmness. So if I'm in that state, so I'm sending you that calmness idea, feeling through your fascia and through your astral field. Yeah. And it becomes a very powerful way to, help each other. So, but always, of course, positive thoughts when you're doing that. Yeah. Yes.
Can it relieve pain?
It can go a long way to helping, yes, because you notice as you did it, right? You breathed and paused. Did you feel yourself softening more and more and more and more? And it can just keep going as you do that. It's amazing. It's the key, right? Like I said, many of these things were kept secret.
When you just did partner work, would you be holding, the grip would be similar to what you were doing with the fascia, or is the grip different?
It's much lighter. So, yes.
Who kept them secret? Who?
Who? Yeah, good question. I'll have a list at the end. Maybe that was a good time for a break. Okay? And then we'll start again.
Thank you, Gary. So yes, folks, again, there's a bathroom here downstairs in the kitchen. There's water. There's there's a kettle on the stove. It's hot water. And there's tea and cups there for you. So let's come back in about 15, 20 minutes, okay?
He broke his silence.
But working with
He got it, so he did it.
Was the moment first?
So it becomes.
Darn it. The nuns used to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, they weren't allowed to use it.
Doesn't help the stress level. That's why she's gonna come. Me, she's already fully credentialed in all insurance panels.
This is what you were saying, right? She's leaving the job that she's had.
Yeah.
The job for 2 years.
Not even. We got she got screwed. When we had violence when we were screwed her over while she was in the hospital. She went into this month that really sucks, but
Right. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. So what are you gonna do now? Do some work for you. You're gonna do that, that piece of it.
The private sector, you have to spend like about $300 a year to do it.
And then you can also bounce.
At this point, we're just looking into it and hire somebody to run so long that, like here, because it's ready to make a dollar.
Yeah. That's deductible anyway.
And that's what my accounting was actually, he's like the second largest house. When I pulled up here, like this house is literally around the corner, house and walls.
One of those big
Mexico City.
I mean, there's a lot of things.
They just did a couple years ago.
That's it. They call it like pandemic. My accountant,
It's just focusing on
my financial advisor was a speaker on the unit at the hospital that I worked at. He was also the mayor of Emerson, lost he hadn't seen it 2 years ago, but actually he called me, he's like, Mike, I lost. I thought, oh, maybe I can come work with you.
Really?
Yeah, because he was doing coaching with me. He wanted to do coaching. Yes. Yeah. He's very well in the city, like big financial people, and he, you know, he became the financial advisor to his partner, but I met him, so he recommended they knew each other, his father passed away. Ready for something to do with money.
So, I mean, there's a lot, the body has a lot of
And it's funny,
Where's that guy that showed up?
it's like very raggedy.
Instead of your brain trying to figure out how to fix it,
Right, so that's
your
just
body.
became like a deep friend once you try not to, then we became full,
That's your body, not your brain.
sorry.
Your mind. Just have your body. And you
I'm surrounding myself with people that know more than me.
Yes, that's important, that's
Yeah,
important.
yeah, no, they're,
Yes.
like, you know, I'm like, there we go, financial advisor, an accountant.
Yeah, you need that. I'm going to team myself of such, right?
Yeah, yeah, like
And
I
it took me a
got
while to learn. I had to get comfortable with different
So that's your mind.
That's definitely, that's why third generation, they don't.
Yes, they
Yeah,
understand, right?
yeah, exactly.
For your features.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
Ask it and then for your
Yeah.
more than it's great.
Yeah, yeah.
My husband, 401k, gold, we talk.
Yeah.
Every 3 weeks for a year.
Yeah.
Coming to this year. What am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, because I'm not changing my lifestyle.
wisdom that we don't often
I thought about it.
But our mind
I'm gonna make it dance if I feel all the things, you know, so why do that? Why not?
and figuring them all out, right? All the time. So we think that we can, okay, I'm just gonna see this out. Bring
It's
this
very
in.
common.
But
That's my
sometimes
financial
it has
advice.
its
You
own
could do
wisdom.
that, but that would be very expensive money.
Sometimes it's very
Yeah.
calm.
So over
Like,
time,
Yeah.
I got comfortable with
Yeah.
ends up, and so you just have to get with the idea of debt.
And coming from somebody that has, oh, I get, I'm not from that. All I've done is care. And genuinely, I can't involve myself.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You have all the experience and all the credentials, you do everything the right way, you're classically educated. Right, so you understand things that people say in
Because I in so many ways, but like learning how to be able to communicate what I'm communicating.
abundant and careful in every way. Right, and you get to get together, right? And so this is going to be like something huge. You don't have to wonder if it's the right choice, it's a no-brainer.
We both are very positive. Together, that's integration.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
I just wrote the keyboard.
You got it?
That's where the office is just a playground, and now I'm like refacing it a little bit, not as crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I try to repot it, it's too late, I went on vacation, I got shocked. But there's still some that are, those are up, I need to last.
Yeah. It's doing shit for you to take care of.
I had an assistant that I hired just to help me with plans.
Oh my God.
But like that's why I had to run a business, not just like
No.
my own hobby.
I mean, that's nice, but some of it.
And that's a part of it too. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. Get the right stuff. Do it right. But I have done
When did you start this?
the private practice. I made it to an LLC in 2017, and I had full-time November.
Wow, okay, wow. It's almost 5 years. Full time. And you know what you did You did?
I was hella overnight and I was seeing
Oh, you did, okay. Zoom. Oh, Zoom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have to.
It was
Wow. Well, where'd they go? They didn't continue? Yeah, you did.
okay. Some people go like 7 8 years. That's why now I do maybe 25 a week of that. But that's why I have another clinician. And that's where, yeah, he raised the first time in a decade, insurance money.
Prior to
Nice.
So I was like, oh, so I don't have to see an extra couple of clients.
No, you
Just
don't.
post for
Yes.
free.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Right, so that's great. So that,
It's just myself.
well, even your visualization, right?
Oh, that's right.
Like, what does the end look like? What does it look like? Not the end.
Yeah.
What does the goal look like? What does it look like?
Yeah.
How often are you there? Is she there with you? Is she
Exactly. The goal is to travel.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Travel
vision
and
all that.
you look down. It's not a ADHD brain, it's just have good energy, and that's
Yeah. Anywhere? He's not here anymore.
No, yeah.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, he just does moving back here. Usually does Friday sounds.
Oh, so I have to give you
I really, that'd be,
trying to like get it set because, you know.
yeah, so I'm on there. I remember why it was the way it did. I remember whenever I had
Nice lady.
That's how I got that like the 100-person gig. Now, like, I gave it all away. But I was like,
Yeah,
what
that's
goes?
perfect.
That's not something that's present. Also, I did
Sound
all I
baths
did was
comes
just
from
sound.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Something
do.
about the,
White space.
Well, yeah. I'm doing it for, DVT yoga studio.
No, you used to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Level 3, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She's new. No, this is new. There was another one
Oh,
level.
okay. Yeah.
They know each other, and he was like, just take the name.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
whole
yes,
different level.
but it's a different, yeah, it's across the street from where it used to be, I'm not sure what it is. But it's a small boutique, right? So sound there on Thursday, this is at 5:30. Once this is like, for sure,
Yeah. No.
because we're moving the time limit, it was supposed to be 5 o'clock last Thursday, but she told me 5:30, they thought it was 5:30. And then it's like, you can't make it, she said, okay, so now it's not 5, it's 5:30. For example, Wednesday is going to be beginner's yoga.
Here, they do service until about noon.
No,
Or you mean that one that?
at one level, beginner's yoga.
2 o'clock. Yeah, that's how I did it. I did after that.
Are you doing yoga? Is that what you're
I'm
saying?
teaching beginner's yoga on Wednesdays, yes, beginners class. On Tuesdays, I'm doing the Massive Flow, or the Sound Healing class. That's a 75 class. But that's at 4:30. And like, no one showed up last week. And I'm like, I think it needs to be a different time, but she's like, my teachers wanted 5:30. And that was only the first day. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know that much.
That's a lot of music, but as far as the studio, right, it's planning, the client route.
Right.
Like, I guess, right, because like, when I was doing it, I've got nobody doing it now.
Especially in this area, because Tony's so far all of us.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many.
Yeah, absolutely.
But every
Nancy recommended us.
if you do weekly, then that's amazing. Or every 2 weeks. Kim brought up a good fact. She's like, everything changes every 2 weeks. Every moon is a completely different cycle. So if you could go do something like that every 2 weeks, things will come. No. What's that?
Private nature center.
Oh.
She gets like permanent. She goes to just a gazebo.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a park like that that has gazebo. There's a park in Walworth that has a covered picnic area. That's where it wasn't that was in my park. That was, he likes to go to that white house. But there is one in Walworth that has this huge covered area and a gazebo.
My cousin bought a 100-acre farm out in Pillai, and they're really back to like the land that is all music and like arts and stuff like that.
Is there like can this be a retreat center?
That's exactly what's all about.
Is there a yoga room? That's all I want to know. Is there a yoga room and then they can because I host retreats too.
Yeah, no, that's
Well, I hosted one, but I want to do more.
all the things, all the and that's why I laughed at that. He's intended for he just got engaged in Western Jersey. Like
It's not New Hope, right? No.
no, it's West like
Oh, okay. Yeah, New Hope is that, but New Hope is PA. Lambertville is New Hope. Okay, right. Yeah.
But this fiance was arriving to the Penn State equestrian team.
Oh, wow.
So like they're building their house in the stable, or in the property, and they're building stable.
Oh, that's amazing.
For bio, like there's an actual possibility of like.
I mean, that's just too much.
Yeah, like a fire phone.
If you dream it.
Yeah. When I was around adolescent, I guess essentially it was the second coordinator, so I didn't found it, but I developed it with policies and procedures and all that stuff. And Vernon Regional Medical Center, and at the time we had a grant from Bergen County and we had voting power, which was equine therapy at the law.
That's phenomenal.
It was insanely incredible seeing like an 80-pound thing that was like and just literally seeing the energy, seeing this girl, and of course just me, and just like visually just seeing the residue fall.
Oh, that's amazing. There's control that. There's like, where are all these places?
Yeah, it's funny too, because Bonnie, who's the owner, they had an McCabe where I saw them on TV, and I'm like, Bonnie? Yeah, they went on TV. They I guess, used McCabe to help with like small business stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
For that business, for the horses and stuff?
Yeah, pony power. Yeah, it's a big deal. They do a whole bunch of work with teams and like team development, volunteer, you name it.
To sign in, actually.
Which is the one that they just had. No, that was copper. That was copperhead. I mean, unless they have more they were just so you have
There's a waiting list for my class. So, you can still do it. You can do it somewhere in the chair. I used to. But sometimes I just people can't do it. I'm trying to show you the real thing here. Like, let me explain. You can do all this stuff. This kind of stuff. Right? And all this stuff. I'm showing you the inside.
I do sound bad. In fact, I don't sound bad here.
That's what I do. I do that too. Where do you do it? Oh, like all over. I do it on Thursdays in Ridgewood here at One Love Wellness. It's on Broad Street. It's like a tiny boutique yoga studio. I do it there. I've done it at other yoga studios. I do it at the Y every Friday night in Ridgewood from 5 to 6.
Right here?
Yeah.
We used to do Reiki there.
Oh yeah?
Before the pandemic. But so they're doing
I do sound healing meditation. It's my class every Friday, 5 to 6. I have all kinds of stuff. I have buffalo drums, gongs.
What time?
5 p.m., 5 to 6. Every week, except for this coming Friday because I'm away. And it's specialized, so I can't yet. So. Yeah. And it's guided meditation, and it's breath work, it's pranayama, and then and sometimes there's a yoga nidra. So, I don't know if you know what that is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's super fun. I teach yoga too. I was in corporate world until almost 2 years ago. For big band, it was like kids go. I was like, I'm just gonna lean into these other things that I don't think I'm supposed to do that thing anymore. Yeah. So retired. Yeah. And my friend Michael, he's actually a psychotherapist. He has a whole business. He's got an office in River. Yeah, and he just sent here. Well, he does it. He's probably gonna have me also do it. Yeah. But he pays.
Where do you do something?
Where have you done it in the library? libraries? Like which library? Roseland, oh, okay, yep. And do they they do, but the people don't have to pay. I wondered about that, yeah. There's all the libraries. There's a medium, Rosemary Capiello. Yes, right, and she goes to all the libraries. I always wondered, I'm like, they have to pay. Largely. Yeah. Which one? Oh, really?
Well, they're still doing they do their own sound.
They do their own, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's a little bit saturated, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't you find?
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking for me, right?
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
you wanted
Yes.
to check it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I completely forgot.
So what's your name?
Mary Rose Perot.
Okay, you signed up.
I did sign up, yes.
I do about once a week.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. And I took a rock. I took a.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this one wanted to come home with me.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
This one, yeah.
I love that idea.
Yes.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, I know.
Great idea.
It would
be like a bedrock
Take
method.
shell and any beach I go to, I take a shell and I put them all in the jar, so it's like the
I
world in a
have
jar.
piles and
Yeah.
piles from all different beaches. I don't remember which ones
No,
were
I
from
don't.
where.
I don't know.
But like I have some that are like this
Okay,
big.
folks, please gather around, take your seats, and we'll continue the presentation.
Is this too loud? Is this okay? So how do you go to the next level? I'll answer that question. So one of the big things in Qigong and Taijiquan is something they call Song, S-O-N-G, meaning to relax and release the mind and the body. So that's not easy, right?
No.
So there's a lot of different techniques, but I think this is a very effective one. And the reason that song is important, to relax and release, is that when you're in that state, you can affect another person much more profoundly. Yeah, so because we're like tuning forks, right? So each person resonates. So the more relaxed you are, you ever notice that? Somebody's very relaxed and centered in any situation, people gravitate towards them when they feel more, safe or something. So here's a very simple way to learn how to do that. So for this, if you could stand up. And the idea is that you're going to squeeze and release each part of your body. But not only that, think of something like a tube of toothpaste that when you squeeze it, right, everything comes out. But this tube, when you release, it fills up. Think of that. So squeeze your feet by tensing and squeezing your feet, and then relax your feet. Now imagine it's filling up with some healing gel, and it's filling the spaces between the bones. So try that again. Squeeze your feet and relax your feet, and it fills. All right? There's also a sinking quality to the energy. It wants to drop. So then connect to your lower legs, your calf muscles, tense them, squeeze them, and then release. And feel the sense of filling up and sinking. And to your thighs, squeeze your thighs, release your thighs. Feel a sense of filling up, on squeezing your hip area and releasing it. A sense of dropping and fullness. And squeeze your belly and release. Enjoy the sense of relaxation. Squeeze the chest muscles and let go. Make fists, squeeze and lift your shoulders and let everything drop. And maybe if you like, squeeze your face and let it go. And just notice in your body a sense of fullness, sinking, and relaxation. Right? So now, if you have a partner again, have a partner, so have a partner. One person will be neutral, and the other person who's touching. So you'll just be neutral. So I'm going to feel like I am sending to you a wave of relaxation. So first I have to be relaxed. So I'm going to send a wave of relaxation to your right shoulder. You see how you move? And do you feel that? And then to your left shoulder. And it just dropped. Did you see that? Yeah. So we're going to do that to all the joints. So you're just neutral. I'm sending you, a wave of relaxation. So can you do that? That answers your question from earlier a little bit, right?
It is intention.
It is intention, but first you need to be in the state of relaxation.
To transmit.
Yes, more effectively. Yeah. You could sit. Sure. Okay.
Right shoulder.
Mostly the person who is doing it needs to be relaxed, and the other person is receptive and neutral. Receptive and neutral. Okay? So you go through the joints and notice how nice that is. So you have to be really relaxed yourself, really letting go. This, by the way, comes from a guy by the name of Chester Lin, Phoenix Mountain Taijiquan. Excellent teacher.
It's hard to relax because you want to do it and you're not sure you're actually doing it correctly.
And that's why it's a practice. First practicing, really, we should all just practice the getting relaxed, quite a bit before we then attempt on somebody else. But I just wanted to see maybe it would work, and tell you what to do. You feel more relaxed. Here's another one. Here's another way you can do it. Okay, this is interesting. So for everybody, can I work with you? So what I'm going to do, why don't I come up front? So here's another way you can help somebody relax very quickly. Okay? So I can touch your shoulders, your shoulder blades, your elbows, and your wrists. Is that good? Okay. So what I'm going to just do is going to say, okay, I'm going to touch the shoulder. I'm going to say, let all the tension in your shoulder drop to the floor. Melt, relax, soften, let go. But what I'm doing is I'm making my body as light as a feather. So first I have to teach you how to do that. So if you could all just stand there for a minute, make your body feel as heavy as lead or iron or something really, really heavy. Your whole body is really heavy, right? It's like a boulder. Now, do you feel stuck to the floor? Right? Now make your body fill it up with helium, like one of those floats. So you feel like you're lighter, 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 lighter. Feel that? You feel like you're going to float away. Just by your intention, right? So now, I'm going to make my body as light as a feather, light as with helium. And when I do this, I'm going to say, you know, relax your shoulder. And when you relax, my body starts to be affected. My body is affected by your relaxation. And that's one of the ways I know that the other person is relaxed. So let go of tension in your elbow, and then my body starts to move. So it's like a biofeedback mechanism. Release, right? Let go of tension in your shoulder blade, right? You feel the difference, right? Let go of tension in this shoulder, let it melt, sink, good. And the elbow, good. And the wrist, let go. And the shoulder blade, let go. Now, by working together, we just released from you more tension than you would do on your own, maybe for months, right? Don't you feel a lot different? It's kind of remarkable. So once you know the technique, it's pretty easy, right? So you want to try that? Is it clear? Interesting. I'll do it to you, if you like. You can sit there. So let the tension in your shoulder feel like it's melting to the ground. Good. And let it go, let it go. Nice. Release, release. Good. You can do it. Let it go. Yep. Dropping, dropping. Well, how different does that feel? Feel the difference? Where do you have pain?
Try my hip.
Anyone have questions? So you can really help each other accelerate the release of tension much quicker if you work together, right? If you know what to do.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you could see the energy being released, where would it go?
It's dropping. Yeah, it's dropping down. For this. Yeah, for this. I mean, there's other things you could do, like go in other directions, but yeah, this is, it's following gravity, because you're letting go of tension. Tension holds you up, so you're letting it go.
I did not. But I thought it was
You want to see it? You want to think on it? So think of the earth as recycling it, you know, and then give thanks, I guess.
That would be it.
Right? Interesting. So, and then there's the energy ball. So if you put your hands up like this, and you think of a ball of energy, so there's two levels to it. There's a few levels. So one, you hold your hands up like you're holding a basketball, and you think of a ball of brilliant energy. And your tongue touches the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. That connects two major meridians, lightly touching. So when you do this, first, drop your arms for a sec. Your head is level, but your pelvis feels like it wants to drop without moving down like this. Your head stays where it is, but your pelvis wants to release. So you allow it to release rather than do it. Allow it to let go, okay? First thing, that's called Wuji standing. And this, some teachers would say, go practice that for a year and then come back. But they don't necessarily tell you what I just told you, is that your head should stay where it is, but your pelvis you allow to drop. You don't do it. So there's a lot of tension around our hips and pelvis. So if you can really tune in and just keep letting go of that, you'll discover a lot about yourself. Right? So just keep doing that, and you'll discover a lot. So that's the first one. The second one, bringing your hands like so, let your arms hang and then just bend at the elbows. That's the easiest way. Later we can do this, but this is a lot easier on your shoulders. Just hang and go like that, right? Have a little space under your armpits. Now you're holding the ball of energy, and you can play with mentally turning it like a globe, turning on its axis, spinning it slowly, 1 revolution per second, 36 times clockwise. And then 36 times counterclockwise, 1 revolution per second. And then make the ball the size of an orange and bounce it from palm to palm. So this powerful ball of energy bounces back and forth, palm to palm. And then you can squeeze a bundle of energy and stretch the energy. So squeeze it and stretch. Squeeze and stretch. And these are some ways to build your energy. Then if you want to notice, how does it feel between your hands? So move in all different ways, sense the energy. What quality is it? How does it feel? And then here's where it becomes interesting. Hold your hands still, and the ball of energy is in between your hands, right? Well, don't move your hands, but in your mind, make the balls brighter, stronger, and bigger. Brighter, stronger, and bigger. Now it's twice the size, but don't move your hands. Then it's bigger, stronger, brighter. Bigger, stronger, brighter. Bigger, stronger, brighter. Bigger, stronger, brighter. What do you feel? Do you feel pressure pushing your hands? Yeah. It's your, right? So that's becomes real, undeniable, right? Now bring your hands close to by your solar plexus, point them up a little bit, and bring them about an inch apart. Don't touch, but slowly move in a forward circle, really slow. Notice what you feel in your hands, very, very gently. And even more slowly. And then reverse direction. And then bring your hands very close to your face without touching. And notice what you feel. And then any place you like to send energy, you can just put your hands there if you like. And you may notice your hands are warmer than normal. And if you want to have, experience the ball, so pick the one that's strongest, that was strongest, and if you have your partner again, so if one person does the ball, either they spin it clockwise, counterclockwise, bounce it, or pulse it. So you would be doing that, so one of them, and then put your hands apart a little bit. Then I'm going to see if I can feel your energy ball, or the field, as I slowly go through. And I'll also notice if you feel when my hand goes through. So that's something you can play with and just notice, right? Feel the difference. So first get a good energy ball going, and then the other person slowly puts their hands through the middle of your energy ball, and notice what you feel.
Yeah, like this.
And then change roles when you're ready.
Is that what I felt? It's got strong. Right there. And interesting. But it starts here.
Any questions?
It's very interesting.
Interesting? Yeah. Okay, another thing we can do, you can have a seat. So that's one of the ways where you can build your energy for healing, self-healing, or eventually working with others. But to work with others with energy, you need, traditionally in Qigong, they treat it very seriously. It's like a PhD, and it's like becoming a doctor of Qigong healing, actually. So there's a lot to it, right? But I just wanted to show you something you could do for yourself. Usually at the end of that, you bring your hands over your head slowly and release, bring in healing energy and release any imbalances out. So you bring in healing and you release anything that's not balanced. And you do that 9 times. So just so you kind of clear your field, right? But so how do you go to the next level? So I talked about the astral, then the mental level. So for this, if you can put your hands in front of you, can stay seated and just breathe gently in and out like this. And you may notice as you breathe in and out, the energy is stronger than you might feel. So now, to go to the mental level, put your mind to fill the whole room. Put your attention to fill the whole room. So notice what happens when you do that. And at the same time, have some awareness of your energy field. And if you're able to, put your attention further out, this whole building, and notice what happens to your mind. So normally when we have problems, we focus our attention on our bodies and our energy field close to our bodies, right? We're kind of within ourselves and we're kind of contracted at some level. But as soon as you put your mind out further, what happens? You saw that? Did you feel lighter? Right. Doesn't it? It makes you feel lighter immediately, right? So it's literally creating space, right? And so it's also very kind of amazing that you can do that anytime you need to. Just put your attention further out if you find yourself a little, contracted, right? Simple. Now the astral helps you to release time. This helps you to start to let go of space. First you expand the space. So to go further, pay attention to your energy again, if you would. And this time, let go of the boundaries. So there's no boundaries. All the problems, all the concerns, all the worries can dissolve in that empty space. Just let things evaporate and feel that opening and release. Interesting. That's called the Akasha level by some people. The space behind everything that exists. Right? The Akasha. So there's one more level. This is from Mark Rasmus, his interpretation of the Hermetic connection to Qigong. And I find it very useful. So the next one is to go to you might call the spiritual light or divine light or whatever, however you conceive of the your connection to the essence of your being or the universe. So for this one, you bring that feeling of emptiness or the space above your head, and then you ask with humility for the light either to come down or from within to experience it. So it's not commanding, it's asking, humbly, that kind of feeling. So if you want to try that, just get a sense of that spaciousness above your head, and then connect and ask for the energy and awareness of the spiritual light. All the way down through your body into the earth, grounding it, healing and realigning all the levels of your being, the causal, mental, emotional, etheric, physical, integrating, infusing your 3D experience with your spiritual energy, awareness. When you open your eyes, you'll notice things look different. Maybe it's brighter. Maybe you feel different. So what was that like for you? Yeah, this is very profound, right?
My eyes started to tear and I began salivating, which was relaxation.
That's a good thing. Yeah. So your parasympathetic, started. Yeah. And that's not, is that usual, normal for you?
The salivating is not, but my tear ducts often, yeah. I get into that state.
Nice. So anybody else?
When I open my eyes after something like that, the whole room looks different. It looks different, it feels different. When I open my eyes after something like that, the whole room looks different and feels different. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, anybody else?
I felt very connected.
Connected. Yeah. Good. Brighter. Yeah. Yeah, that's a common experience when you go into those higher vibrational states. Everything gets brighter. Probably because it is. Right? So that's so any questions about anything that I've done tonight? Yes.
So from
Let me give you this mic
sure.
so that everyone can hear. I'm sure your question is.
Thank you. So when I saw Qigong, I always been seeking to find more about it, and I actually was surprised pleasantly today because I thought it would be more oriented with breath, but it's more sensitive, like awareness and I guess touch. Is that more unique to the Hermetic approach, or because I know you said there's many different forms, so I don't know if I was just off from what I know, or if that's something that's just a deeper layer.
So most of what I showed you today was from Mark Rasmus, who's a Sifu, a teacher, who's kind of an adept of Hermetics and Qigong. So he created a combination. So that was most of what I shared with you.
Understood.
The stuff with the fascia and touching, that's from Sifu Lin, Phoenix Mountain Qigong. Phoenix Mountain Tai Chi, sorry. And he has a whole system of his style, and he has lots of great videos. They both do. And so then there's many other approaches. But I felt like for tonight, this could be a really nice introduction, but it's not common to find this. So the normal Qigong that I did for years and years would be movements like this, you breathe and you focus and you do this kind of thing. It's more like exercise. But I was trying to show you that what's inside this.
Where you don't have to.
So the fascia, opening the fascia and connecting to the fascia is inside, is what they're trying to do. And they call it tendon transformation. So changing the tendons by putting your attention, your awareness inside in a certain way. So you're not just stretching your muscles as much as you can.
That's what you said, the eternal martial art.
Internal, meaning that it focuses more on energy and your mind than just physical brute strength and speed.
Correct. Yeah, meditation.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're welcome. So there's hundreds and hundreds of different styles of movements, all kinds of movements, all different ways, and they're good. But I just thought I would give you a little deeper perspective. But that's only one. Okay, there's other styles of going deeper.
Well, I could only imagine.
So another style of going deeper is very body-based in a way, to really feel and sense, like I said, interoception, deeper and deeper, so that you can release holding patterns and start to unfreeze those patterns, so that you have a sense of fullness inside. They call it Pong in Taijiquan, Pongjin, expansive power. That's what it means. And so they can kind of fill from the inside by releasing tension around all the joints and going deeper and deeper. So they activate the fascia, but fill it. So, and then that's a different approach, a little bit.
I have many questions, but just the last one for now. What predated each other, Tai Chi or Qigong?
Qigong, I would say. And, it's hard to know exactly because
They are the yin and the yang.
Thousands of years, but Taijiquan is a martial art that was developed through, most people say, through the Chen family, Chen village, that was a much more kind of physical looking kind of, more lower and had explosive movements in it, and then very soft movements, so that many people believe that was the first one.
That makes sense.
And then there's other ones. The Yang family became the most popular in the world.
Yeah.
And then there's Wu style, Hao style, there's, different styles, 5 major styles. But Qigong, I think, predates that, although martial arts were always happening.
Well,
right?
That's why I did
So-
Tai Chi and I loved it because I knew it was like the original martial art, and that's why again Qigong predates that because it's the meditation, mindfulness that then was put into the movement to expand it. So that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Predates it, but the term is relatively new.
The term Qigong is not what the term they used back then, you know. They have different terms like Tao Yin, or some people say Taoist yoga, you know, different, you know, Neigong, which is a deeper level. Going means, Nei means inner, and Gong means a skill you develop through practice, perseverance, and patience, like Gong Fu. So the Gong in Gong Fu is the Gong in Neigong. So it means, like I said, the skill of developing something. Yeah, so it goes way back. Some people say there's the story of a great flood in China. And then after that, people danced around a fire. I think they called them the Kingdom of Wu, I think it was. And they danced around the fire and to heal themselves. And then from that came these movements. They learned what movements worked well, and you know, in the 1970s they discovered a cave in Magwande or something like that. I don't know. Sorry, I don't pronounce Mandarin very well. So it was a cave where they had paintings of these different movements.
Yeah.
And so that went back a few thousand years. So, yeah, many cultures have had ways to develop energy, like yoga, you know, all kinds, all around the world, not just in the East, but, you know, indigenous people all over have methods. Which, you know, I was fortunate to learn from some elders as well. So, yeah, there's a lot out there. Good. Yes. I'll give you a simple Qigong you can do in your chair, but go ahead.
This young lady.
Is there a significance to the number 9, breaths and everything?
9 is a favorite number. Multiples of 3, usually. The big 3 are heaven, human, earth. But, you know, numbers, yeah, some people believe are very powerful and important, right? Here's a simple, yes?
If you want to interrupt, I was going to ask a quick question. You mentioned briefly connecting the tongue to the roof of your mouth.
Yes.
And one of the other teachers taught that, Master Chola, in Hermetic yoga. And it was for the energy flow through your body. Is that, I don't remember how you...
Yeah,
You mentioned it.
there's a channel that goes down the front of your body, the Ren channel, Ren Mai. And there's a channel that goes up the spine called the Du channel or Du Mai. And when you touch your tongue to the roof of your mouth, it connects the two.
Completes the circuit.
And it's
Yes,
called, that
that's
circuit is called the microcosmic orbit.
That's
or
what you used to
circuit.
teach, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so you can actually test that. It actually helps your balance as well when your tongue touches the roof. Sometimes I have people test each other. And when you touch that, that's the natural resting place of your tongue when you're not thinking about it, for most people.
You get down the front, up the back.
Yeah, in general. Although there are, you know, other versions too. So it can go, but that's the normal, usual. There's so much to Qigong. I mean, so much. I can't even really, you know, begin to tell you how much there is to it. But basically, how you manage your energy, right, in daily life. And then there's levels that go deeper and deeper and deeper, where you close your senses. You know, for the monks and people who do that full time, then there's called this inner alchemy, or the transmutation of the material, the raw material of our basic energy to a higher expression. That would be called an inner alchemy, Nidam kind of techniques. And that requires real discipline, I would say.
These too close
Yeah.
together. I'll give this back to you, Bill. Oh, you don't need it.
Yeah, so when the people who get involved in Qigong deeply, they start to notice that as they develop their energy, it affects everything in their life. Like the foods you eat, everything affects your energy. Your relationships may change because you're like, I don't really want that much toxic stuff, anymore. So, you become more sensitive to harmony, but not like you have to hide from people. It's just like you want to create harmony within yourself, and then you learn, well, how can I create harmony in my relationships? And that becomes part of it too. So there's food, there's how do you sleep, how do you eat, how do you think, what kind of emotions, all this, everything has energy, right? So there's much more like 5-element theory, all this stuff, which has to do with Chinese medicine talks about this a lot too, where we have different energetics and relationships to different organs and meridians. So each organ is not just an organ as we think of it in the Western. They think of it as functions and patterns and connected to pathways, meridians, energy pathways. So, for example, different emotions would affect different energies. So, your liver is on the right side, right? Anger, irritation, and frustration. If you have that too much, that can throw off the balance of that system and the energy channels. So, and then on this side you have the spleen and stomach. So, by the way, liver is considered wood energy. This is spleen and stomach. This has to do with the earth energy, and worry, thinking too much, and anxiety can throw this one off if you have it all the time, according to 5-element theory, right? And then the heart and small intestine have a connection, and they're both fire. So stress and emotional stress can really affect that. So we want to calm that down. And then for the lungs, you have sadness. And too much over a long period of time can kind of depress and pull the energy down. So that's with the lung energy and the meridians. And then you have the kidneys in the back for the fear. Too much fear over a long period of time can affect those systems. So this is called 5-element theory. And there's a lot to it. How to eat to help balance it, how to, meditations to balance it, even Qigong to balance it. And I'll show you one right now, real simple. So if you bring your hands here and feel like you can sit there, feel like your arms are floating in the water, and gently move to one side. Gently move to one side, float your arms out. And now you're stretching and then coming back. And then the other side. And then forward and drop your chin. Feel the middle of your shoulder blade stretch. Come back. And then down. And then both hands up. Both hands up. And then come back. Now, if it's comfortable, one more round as you do it, breathe out and breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in in a way that's comfortable. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Both hands up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now, if you think about it, when you go out like this, you can think of releasing any stresses and then absorbing well-being. I release stress and tension, and healing energy comes in. Releasing, absorbing, releasing, absorbing, and then releasing and absorbing. Now just hold your hands here for a moment. Tongue touches the roof of your mouth, and let yourself get quiet and feel your whole body. Feel like your cells are vibrating with life force. All the cells of your body. And then bring your hands over your head, connect to pure healing energy, bring it down, and then release any imbalances out. And do this 9 times. And then if you would take either thumb, whatever feels right, and grab it. So this is a mudra, Tai Chi mudra. Either one feels better than the other. So find the one that works and just feel as if you're storing the essence, healing essence of the class in your dantian, your energy storage center, which is in the middle, inside. That's where your vital force is stored. Okay? Thank you.
So Gary, I have a couple of questions. Any other questions for Gary? I have 1 or 2. How did you get into this, and when did you do it?
That's a long story, but so I mentioned my mom. She was into metaphysics and still is. So I was lucky, right? I am lucky. But besides, so I got into yoga when I was. I read an autobiography of a yogi when I was like a teenager, and I had some unusual experiences. And then I went on a yoga retreat for a 10-day intensive sadhana retreat, and I had some powerful, life-changing experience.
Nice.
And then I went on to seeking the truth of life kind of thing.
Beautiful.
And I ended up studying with all kinds of masters of Qigong and yoga and all kinds of things. So
Beautiful. Yeah. And how about now? I mean, do you do this for a living? And do you have workshops if folks want to get in touch with you and do more work? Do you have workshops, private sessions, or what do you do right now?
Well, I do have a website, relaxrenew.com.
Okay.
And I say what I do, what I'm doing. I do plan to. I teach a lot in Wayne Library.
Okay.
And also in Little Falls and in Fairfield. I have some CEU classes for professionals. And so, I stay active.
Yes. Well, I mean, I know for myself, and I think I speak for a lot of people, it's a beautiful combination of understanding the exercises, but very deep feelings and connection. So I really, really appreciate it. So I want to
Thank you.
Thank you, folks. And so, we have to be out of the building by 10, and we also have to clean up, etc. So if you want to earn some karma points, you can help us clean up the kitchen a little bit. If you used a glass or a cup, that would be great. And if you just want to put the chairs in the back, we'll stack them up. Whatever you can do. No pressure, but karma is always there. So thanks again. Please tell your friends and come back next month. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.